able to review, this board is able to review all these applications. Out of these applications, the board makes some recommendation to the mayor saying this is who we think we should, but the mayor clearly can choose whoever he wants as the person that he really likes. Ultimately, the mayor is able to interview the final 3 candidates and make a recommendation out of those 3 final candidates. And then if the final selection is not to his liking, he's able to veto that final selection, and then it can be overridden by a 2/3 vote. So there are 3 candidates, and the mayor is able to interview all 3 of them. He's able to make a recommendation, and again, we create this foundation of this partnership group, so that hopefully they're in discussions and they're in tandem all along. We hope, although we know that doesn't always happen in our business, but that's the goal, so that they come to a final place. And I think this process really gives the mayor the ability to provide some direction as to where the board is going and as far as what he wants. And that's why we created this structure of a partnership where he would have the ability to interview, the ability to make a recommendation. So that's kind of the process.
How is the mayor going to be when you include this? What Representative Grigsby is alluding to is the fact that the mayor has a clear and personal direction in helping to pick the next superintendent, but it doesn't have total control, and the veto and overriding process looks remarkably like what happens on the city council, the city common council, the county board, and also the state legislature.
Under your bill, is the mayor accountable for anything in MPS? I mean, because I assume the superintendent is really responsible to the school board. So you got this other guy in there making some recommendations, but I'm not sure at the end of the day how that works. But I think there's some concerns on how it's written and how it's thinking it is, because I just don't see this as making clarity in responsibility and how you hold people accountable when you got everybody's brother having the veto power and all this and
there's only one person who has veto power, that's the mayor.
Right, I understand that, but he has veto power, but the mayor is not, I mean, the superintendent's not working for him. And he's not responsible for public education, the board's doing. So but maybe talk about that later. The next question I have is on the budget, and I see that in your bill that the board shall submit quarterly financial reports to all the following and make financial reports available on the web. And the board has to quarterly file financial reports to the city superintendent, the mayor, the city controller, the personnel and finance committee, the town council, the joint committee on finance. What is the reason for that? Is it saying that you can't trust the board on how to spend money? I mean, I'm on joint finance, and I don't know what I would do with the information quarterly on how MPS is spending its money. I have no authority to say why you're spending it wrong or whatever. What's the reason for that?
I'll also let Richard weigh in on this, but we kept hearing this mantra that there needs to be more exposition, that people need to know what's happening in MPS. And so what we want to do is make sure that, to the extent possible, the city council, the mayor, the legislature through the joint committee on finance know what MPS is doing, and in effect, it has an accountability factor because MPS is knowing that it has to make these reports to various entities will have to tell the truth. And if they do not tell the truth, the joint committee is audited. They audit them and tell them it's not. So this is just for clarity and trying to be as open as possible.
And just also, just to your other point, this is supposed to be a partnership. The board is ultimately responsible and accountable. The idea was that the mayor has expressed the interest in being more involved, and that's what we try to do, is increase involvement, not control. As far as the financial reports go, as you know, I'm a freshman member of finance myself. And if I had the opportunity throughout the budget process to know the current status of MPS and their finances, that could have been very instrumental in decisions that we made. So I would like to know, as a member of finance, a member of the legislature, and I would hope that other levels of government will want to know, as they're making decisions, they're making budgetary decisions about the future of MPS. I think that it just creates more transparency.
The fall elections, I see you moved the elections from the spring to the fall. In doing that, are you implying that if the elections were in the fall, there may not be the board members on the board of directors right now that are there? Can you explain that? Because as I look at the fall election, either the gubernatorial or the presidential election, I mean, there's lots of noise, everybody's campaigning. What's the reason for that? I know you're an expert.
No, I definitely want to let Rick answer this one because I wasn't necessarily completely in favor of it, but I do understand that we want more involvement with the public. But let me just state for the record, this is under no circumstance is this an attempt to oust any member of the school board. This is just to get more inclusion of participation for the voters.
That's really all it comes down to. It would not displace any current members of the board. They would still serve their full terms, and this would take place after that cycle happens. But again, this is about turnout, and this is about encouraging the people who want to take over often say no one comes out to vote for the school board anyway, so why do we need them? And this was an attempt to increase voter turnout.
I guess the thing that concerns me with the downside of this is, there's the president spending all kinds of money, the legislators are spending all kinds of money. To me, when you put this election in the fall, only and there's people running the school board, only the outside interests that have serious money have enough money to get their message out because, the rates go up in the whole 9 yards for advertising and things like that. I just am concerned about. The last question, or the next question for you folks is, I see when there's a vacancy on the board, right now there's a special election, right? This would allow the mayor to pick that person for the next election. I'm just concerned that, the mayor, then who is that board member? Do you hold it to the mayor or the district that the voters? Can you tell me what the reason for letting the mayor pick that person for that reason?
My point of view is transparency and involvement, so the mayor can pick that person for the time for the interim before they have an election. But under our bill, you have to have an election within 120 days. Okay, so it is we're giving the mayor the power to pick the next school board member, but it's for the interim period. So that's for me. I see that as real participation from the mayor's standpoint. But you asked the direct question: is that person accountable to? From a cynical standpoint, you can say that the person's accountable to the mayor. I would say go for 120 days.
The concern that I have is, we all know that incumbency has, a better chance of getting elected than not. You see that in the Supreme Court, you see that all over the place. I just wonder, at the end of the day, why not just let that seat be empty for a while, let the voters, if we're so concerned about the voters voting, why would we do that? Let the mayor pick somebody for such a short period of time rather than...
Well, but
because if I already get picked, and I got to run against this person, I already got one or two hands playing behind me because they're already on the inside because of the government picked them. I just don't see that's good for the office.
I've seen this kind of appointments before, and it doesn't always pan out to win. Justice Louis Butler is a perfect example of that. So I think what we're trying to do is to try to give the executive branch some say, but not total say. And I guess I just disagree with the notion that having a 100-day head start makes that person odds on favorite. I don't think that's necessarily true.
Well, I'll take that out of it. I wrote again the insight of the Just a quick question for Dr. Barnes, if I could.